morning here in the center, I would say the center of North Bali.
Central North Bali.
Central North Bali. I've come from Sanura, which is in the coastline of Bali,
East Coast.
And then driven right through the middle, and it's gotten colder and colder and colder and colder till we kind of come up to this beautiful farm where my friend Rama here runs Island Organics, and it is amazing. There is so much wisdom in your brain that I just want to suck out and give to you guys. But one of the things that I would love to show you all today is not just how organic farming works, but the passion and the deliberate intention to grow things in such a way that we kind of think it's just so unorganized, you know. Farming is organized through being imperfect, and we're constantly looking for perfection. So this is going to be a beautiful little tour with this man and his very genius brain.
Thank you. And welcome.
And this dog, Ginger. I can't believe how great this dog is. All right.
Okay, that's a good intro.
Yes.
Fish or chicken egg doesn't contain omega. The omega actually came from the, well, of course in the sea they came from the plankton, and in the land they came from another plant like this porcelain, which actually wheats for us. But then in many poultry farm, they actually fed the chicken with this leaf to add the omega-3 instead of the eggs. So the omega-3 basically came from here.
Yeah,
not from the yeah. And made it packed in the chicken.
And this is one of my favourite weeds of all time, because you can walk around Australia, actually in a lot of countries, and see this growing in the brickwork, growing in areas, it just pops up everywhere. Yeah. What is this?
This is perilla, the beef stick leaf. But this is a bit too old. This is a bit too old.
Yeah.
We would find like the younger one, but since it's already open, so it's good to be around. You know the Korean barbecue when they wrap the bulgogi, the rice and the gochujang and everything, and then wrap it in the leaf.
No,
this is actually very Korean.
I don't know that.
This is the oba.
Yeah.
The shisho, but the Korean version.
Oh, the shisho.
Yeah, they call it the beef stick.
And different to the beetle.
The wild beetle is totally different. Totally different. Squeeze it and smell it, and taste it.
Oh, what is that? Almost aniseed.
Yeah.
What is that? Wow, that's insane. What does it even taste like?
Sesame? No.
Aniseed?
Some people actually call them the sesame leaf. I think in Korean.
There's the sesame.
Yeah.
At the end.
Yeah, the Korean call them the sesame leaf.
What do you got here? Gooseberries? Golden berries.
Golden berries. Yeah, golden cherry, golden berries. I think they also call it ground cherries because we harvest them when they fall. Right.
Right.
But the issue here, sometimes we had to compete with the rats.
Yes.
So that's why Ginger is always around. In the gooseberry area, to hunt the rats.
The dog chases the rats?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So this is the crossbred that we made maybe a couple of years ago. And then sometimes, you know, we just didn't really grow them intentionally. They grow here unintentionally, but of course we're still harvesting them.
And still selling them.
Yeah, this is our money maker.
Yeah, because the bulle like the broccolini.
Yeah, I guess also the Indonesians also like them because it's easy. Like the prep, it's not as complicated as broccoli.
Because you just chop it and stir fry it.
You don't even have to chop it.
Yeah.
You just have maybe chop the end.
Yeah.
Because after harvest 2 or 3 days, you don't always.
And I always love to eat the leaves. I don't take the leaves off. When I take it, I cook that whole thing. Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
And I steam
exactly.
that.
Well, I usually eat it raw.
Do you? That's why you got good skin.
Yeah, it's different when it's
Do I look
fresh.
like a rabbit? Oh my God. Oh my God. Seriously, it's delicious
Yeah.
and tender and not so fibrous. Yeah, this is so interesting because in Australia we don't grow stuff like this. Like it's confined into a box. It's got peat in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like held together. And this is like you've got them all separated. It's just
By hand.
It's so different to everything. So this is where life begins here.
Yeah,
From seed.
pretty much.
This is
From
like
seeds to seeds.
this is the baby area. So this is a seed in here molded around poo and peat and soil and then sprouted out and then popped here.
Exactly, and that's chili.
And that's it. That's chili.
That's jalapeno.
And where I come from, that would never happen. It's like
That's too much labor.
Yeah, it's just not her. That you can tell. You can see the fingerprints
Yeah.
of whoever did this. How he's molded it. The energy is in this.
It's in there, yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's like the greatest thing ever. Wow, even along here.
This is one of the
Why do you say bonnet?
original habanero. Well, bonnet is a habanero group.
Okay.
So bonnet, ghost pepper, Carolina reaper, they're actually the same species. So this is Capsicum chinensis, but actually they're not from China. It's just like they first described in China, but then the scientists figure out that actually all of the chili came from South America, but they just kind of change it because it's already pretty much well known as the Capsicum chinensis. It's okay.
That is a hot chili.
Yeah.
I cannot.
We usually eat them for our lunch and our sambal.
No, you do not.
We do. All of them.
How many of those would you put in
4.
sambal?
4.
There would be no way.
Yeah, 4, and then a lot of like sweet cherry tomatoes.
How many hectares or acres are we on? Are you on here? And is this the only farm of Island Organic?
No, we have actually 20 acres.
Here?
So like no. Here this particular one is only like 4 acres. So 1 hectare in the bit. And then we have another 1 hectare down south. We have another 1 hectare up north. We're gonna have like another almost 2 hectares nearby, still bargaining. But we also have a bit in cinnamon. So we have few different areas here and there. It's easier to manage when there's a disease explosion. Oh, not explosion. What do you call it? Like a disease.
A plague.
A disease plague.
Yeah.
Even though we use quite a good rotation system and we kept the disease out from one Friday to another, but also like having different microclimate because the one in the north and the east is drier than here. So we have also a higher elevation, we have the lower elevation.
Yeah.
Some varieties of tomatoes actually works mostly in the lower elevation. But when we grow the Italian type of heirlooms, it needs like a higher elevation, especially when we grow like the Pienolo from Naples, from Napoli. It comes from the mountain range, so it has to be grown in the higher land.
So that's why you split the farm up into different sections, just for that purpose.
For that purpose.
So how do you manage that on a human level? Having all these different locations, Island Organic has these different locations around Bali.
I guess system. We train one area first to make the system from seeds to seeds, basically.
Yeah.
From order to capital to transfer money and blah blah blah. So once the system is established, we just redo their system in a different area.
And so how do you manage that by going from location to location to see your team?
Delegation. I think I learned a lot, first of all, how to say no.
Yeah.
And then how to delegate and then not to do micromanage.
Yeah, right.
Because the more I do the micromanage, I mean, of course, back in the days I would be like, but no, just 0.1%, hey, there's a problem, A, B, C, D, you delegate to your team.
Yeah, good. That's like in
Otherwise-
a kitchen, that's the same thing.
Yeah.
There's a head chef and then delegate to the team.
Exactly.
Do you love it?
I love to shout, yeah. When we talk about soils, it's complex of different minerals and different manure, and then the compost itself all together, right? When we got this land, it's already like that. It's already compact because we've been growing, the previous farmers has been growing organically there, so we don't have to add much. So when talking about soil, there's a texture, body, nutrients, and minerals, right? What we always lacking of is the textures and the body. Because as much as we give them, let's say, the liquid organic fertilizers, but the roots also needs to breathe. The roots also need some aeration that comes from like big courses of manure and of course compost. So in our system, we have to just make sure that the body, texture, nutrients and minerals are pretty much balanced by not only giving them a lot of compost, but also following the rotation.
Yeah, of crops.
Of crops.
To create nitrogen in the soil and all
exactly.
those,
so
elements.
The carrots would give more aeration, make it loose. The beans going to give them more nitrogens.
Can you tell me how many people, customers?
Oh, yeah, I haven't answered that. So in a month, we have what, 700 invoices? Let's say we have 700 or 800 customers, as per se. And then most of them, they repeat 2-3 times a month. So we would like to say solid 300-400 customers per month.
That's epic.
Yeah.
And lots of beautiful restaurants.
A lot of beautiful restaurants, a lot of beautiful chefs like you supporting us.
That.
We're supporting each other.
Just hear what I said. It's like single and fabulous. That's retarded.
I'm pretty single myself.
Oh my God, this is not a dating show, but it could be. Thank you. I'm so glad we came up.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're here.
Thank you.
Despite of the chainsaw.
Yeah, totally. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you're doing. And the food's
Thank you.
amazing.
Are you gonna eat that habanero at some point?
No, I'm not going to eat the chili. All right, I'm done.
Thank you.
Thank you.